Hey folks, hope you're doing good today. Hope you have a good week so far. Now, we didn't have anything lined up for this week, but luckily we've had a submission come through for an exclusive review, and it's actually a band that we've seen a couple of times in the past, but we haven't seen for a while. And I love it when those bands come back round again and have remembered the show and want to still be a part of the Unsigned show craze. Very, very cool. But before we get into that, I do just want to talk about kind of the state of the show and where we're at now, because these guys would have seen it change over the years. And if you're a regular, you'll know that lately we've gone all in on the Monday grind. It was the most popular day of the week. It's the most fun day of the week to record for me as well. Just checking out so many different bands and blasting bands. I really, really love it. But before I was doing that, I was checking out bands from all genres, rock all the way through to grind and everything in between. Underground bands I was just finding on YouTube. I had the free submissions open where we got tons and tons of bands coming through of all different genres and stuff, which I was picking out from there. But I've kind of slowed down and stopped doing that now. But unfortunately, because I've stopped doing that, the bands like this band today that I found out by doing all those different bands and just checking out a whole smorgasbord of whatever was out there, is now I'm not coming across these kind of bands or getting these kind of bands on board with the show, you know? And that is a sadness for me. But it was a case where most of the bands that I was checking out on the channel either weren't even acknowledging that they'd been on the show, which was a real downer, or just giving like the post a like, not even making a comment or something like that. And so many bands were starting to do that it was really kind of becoming a drag. But then the thing is, I was finding bands like this band that we found today and all the other bands that still remember the show and want to get back on it and come back around again. I'm not finding these bands and getting these bands on board with the channel. So if I can figure out a way to find those cool bands that want to be on the show, that appreciate being on the show and get a buzz from being on the show and are really happy about it, and not all the guys who kind of don't even acknowledge that they've been on the channel, even though there's no one else talking about their music, I'd love to be able to figure that out. But I'm so glad that we did a few years of just checking out so many bands that we have still got some bands like this band who want to come back round again when they've got new stuff out and still remember the Unsigned showcase. Very, very cool. That's enough waffle from me today. The band that we've got is called Positivity Brigade. These are a real different band. If you're here for the normal grind stuff and stuff like that, these guys aren't going to be your cup of tea. But if you like just weird, different, eclectic bands like we usually do on this channel, this is a cool one to check out. We've got 3 short tracks because these guys don't make any tracks that are over 2 minutes long. Where does it say they're from? Virginia. So let's just get into these guys. They've got 3 tracks for us. Now, what I do want to mention quickly before we get into the videos is it looks like all of their videos have been done with AI to some extent. I don't know if it's fully AI or whether they've kind of input pictures and then AI kind of overlaid it or what. But we're going to see 3 AI videos in this one, and I've talked about that in the past. I'm expecting to see more and more AI videos coming down the pipe, and I want to see more AI videos coming down the pipe because, as you'll see from these 3 videos, AI thinks in a different way and does things differently, and all this stuff starts to mold into each other and stuff like that, and it just does stuff that a human brain doesn't normally think about. And I like just the differentness of that, the uniqueness of it. So very, very cool. The first track we've got here is called Outerverse. Let's give it a spin.
Hi, I'm Alton. Alton, master of the Altiverse. High def graphics, VR goggles, he's immersed. Artificial light, bloodshot eyes, gamer curse. Xbox detox makes him sick, it's getting worse. Chasing our skulls alone in his cave, flying bed sores colder than Dave. Shreds like a tire won't be the same, hasn't seen the sun in 100 days. Alton, master of the Altiverse. High def graphics, VR goggles, he's immersed. Artificial light, bloodshot eyes, gamer curse. Xbox detox makes him sick, it's getting worse. Alton and guitar sold separately. Guitar is not a real guitar.
Yeah, the video is so mad. The way things just mold into each other. Like all that, you just don't. Your brain doesn't expect it, so it's caught off guard so many times by what's going on with all the different molding about. I really, really love it. I know people have got a kind of thing that they're worried that this stuff's gonna ruin it for all the creative people out there and artists and movie makers and stuff. And yeah, it's definitely going to take a dent for sure. But it's a new style. It's a new cool thing to look at and experience. And from a consumer point of view, man, it's really, really dope. I enjoyed the video. Really dope there. Music's cool. It's got a cool vibe to it. You can the mix is really nice, and I've said this before about their music before. You can hear every single member of the band. The bass has got its own place. The guitars have got their place. The vocals sit nicely over the top, and the drums are nice and loud. So everything's right up in your ears, and it sounds good, and it's got a good energy to it as well. Very, very cool. Let's check out the next one. This one's called 10K Gains.
Time with the thread with which we string together all of our lives. But to me the thread is just a noose, the symbol of our device. Sand, 10,000 grains, an hourglass. Inwardly pouring slowly, me trapped in the base, buried alive, the fate of all unholy.
Great bass. Cool. Sounded great again. Really nice recording. Great washy cymbals, a bass tone with a nice bit of dirt on there. And because the music's recorded well, it's nice and loud. It's right up in your ears. It's got a good energy within the sound as well, like a forceful energy within the sound. Very, very nice. I thought it was very, very cool. Let's finish off with the last one then. We're getting through them. This is Surf number 2.
Do you wanna take a walk with me? We can eat and drink for free. Watch the sunset by the sea, holding hands for eternity.
She's my only girlfriend. She's my only girlfriend. She's my only girlfriend. She's my only girlfriend.
Do you wanna take a walk with me? We can eat and drink for free. Watch the sunset by the sea, holding hands for eternity.
She's my only girlfriend. She's my only girlfriend. She's my only girlfriend. She's my only girlfriend.
Yeah. Love the video again. These guys are great. They're great on all their instruments, twiddly whittling on the guitar and cool riffs, stuff you don't hear a lot of nowadays. And the way that it's cut back with a nice crunchy tone on there. It's not too heavy and distorted, which leaves a nice room for the bass, which has also got a bit of grizzle on there. Fills out that low end and keeps it nice and dirty, so it's not too clean. It's got a nice rough edge to the music. Vocals are cool. They've got that kind of pop punky edge to them as well. What's that other edge? I can't think what the other edge is of punk. Can't think of it, but where it's all zombies and it's that kind of edge to it as well. They've got that stuff going on in there, which is cool, and it's just got a good surfy boppy beat to it as well. It's kind of music with a light-hearted edge to it, which is nice. So yeah, I think these guys are doing great. They've got a really nice recording on all their music, so you can hear every member of the band really, really well, and the space within the music for each member of the band to have their own thing going on as well. The bass is doing its own riff. The guitars are off doing their twiddly whittling and riffing about, and the vocals have got their own rhythms with the drums and things like that. So yeah, I think they're doing a really nice job. It's not music you hear a lot of, and that's why I love that, you know, as I said at the start, that we were checking out so many bands, that you find these kind of bands that you don't hear very often. You know, no one else is talking about them and all of that kind of stuff, but we found them, we talked about them, and then they get on board with the channel and stuff like that. So I need to figure out a way to get back into that kind of mentality of finding those really cool underground bands who no one else is talking about them, but need to be talked about, but not all the just kind of wash of bands and churn of bands who just come and go, and you never hear of them again. That's it from me today. I think that's going to be it for me for this week as well. So we'll see you back again for the Monday grind. But I'm really pleased to see these guys back on the channel and making some new music. And I really enjoyed the videos as well. And that's something I'm hoping to see more of in the future. Just the way these videos mesh and mold into each other, the way all her clothes were turned into waves and stuff like that was just really, really cool in the videos. It's just something new to watch as well as listen to. There you go. That's it from me today, guys. Hope you're having a great week. See you around. Bye.